that now. Sup, everyone? Darkscreen217 here. With me is Windzer.
Yo.
And we just came back from a viewing of Dragonball Z Resurrection F, which we'll be vlogging about. We'll actually start recording tomorrow, but we'll just, seamlessly in one video. But to make a long story short, you know what? Your thoughts first.
It was exactly what I wanted.
It was that and more surprises. Definitely a lot better than Battle of the Gods. And if you don't know what our thoughts are with that film, we have that recorded about a year ago. But long story short, we love that movie too. I even have it on Blu-ray, the extended cut. But man, this movie was great. It was action-packed. It was really funny, even though this was Frieza, which is when the series got even more serious. But there was a lot of good comedic elements with almost all the characters there. There was even a character named Jocko from a spin-off manga from Akira Toriyama. I've seen it somewhere. I just never picked it up. I might actually pick it up because they really don't explain who that character is in the film. But
it's basically Toriyama's Space Sheriff Gavin.
Oh, okay. Makes sense. Yeah, and so, even though you don't see all the characters, you did get to see Tien, Master Roshi, Krillin, Piccolo, Gohan. They all actually get a chance to shine and show off. Yes, even Master Roshi. It was really good.
Because it's been forever since we've seen him actually do anything in the show.
That is true. So, that's all we got. I guess we can move on to the actual vlog, so we can better explain and collect after we collect our thoughts. But let's drive home, man. This parking lot is kind of creepy. So it is officially tomorrow, and we're going to be talking more about Resurrection F. It's been about a few hours, actually almost 24 hours since we've seen it, but still love the movie. Haven't seen other people's opinions of it so far, but
Vegeta fans are livid.
Yeah, we had a good guess that Vegeta fans are going to be having Pacific Ocean levels of salt, especially what happens at the end, but I don't want to talk about that now. I want to talk about that one thing I was legitimately surprised about. Oh, and before I continue on, disclaimer, I have not seen a single episode of Dragon Ball Super. I'm just going to wait until Funimation either broadcasts it on Toonami, brings it out on DVD Blu-ray with an English dub, and I want to watch it there because I'm so used to the English dub series that for like 10 plus years. Plus, they've gotten a lot better and better as they voice their roles. Like, if you watch some of the older episodes when they were starting out, you would see the age, but if you see the voice actors nowadays, you see Sean Shamel's Goku. It's just perfect. It's spot on. Same case with this dub of Resurrection F as well. And yeah, we did see a dub. But I'm just gonna wait on to watch Dragon Ball Super. But you probably need to. But that there is something that in regards to that makes it a con for the series, sort of, but didn't really deteriorate my interest in the film. Was there another disclaimer? Oh yeah, spoilers. I have some friends who are interested in seeing this movie, but they're gonna wait until the weekend. So if you're listening to this, you probably want to X out of this right now and come back after you see the movie. So Windzer, you have the floor.
Wait, this is we're going to talk about the movie?
Yeah,
Let's see.
Yeah, well, now we can talk about Resurrection F.
Okay.
Fukatsu no F, aka Fuck You Frieza.
So let's see. Like, when it comes to bringing back Frieza, or doing anything related to Frieza in general, like, I guess if you were expecting something like the cooler movies, that was the only thing I was worried of whenever it came back to it, because I'm like, I hope it's not just cashed in, you know? Like, it needs to feel like an arc in of itself. And I'm really interested in seeing how it's going to be played off in Super, because from what I've gathered, they just sort of retell the movies in there.
There was...
But
Go on.
But but as a movie segment as a whole, it was like perfect. A perfect amount of everything that is Dragon Ball.
Now, after sometime around Battle of the after seeing Battle of the Gods and planning to vlog about that about a year ago, I was talking to Danny Dement, and he said that there was going to be another movie in the works where Toriyama would have even more control over it. And I was like, "Oh, cool! I wonder what it's about." And then, like a few weeks later, they were confirming that the biggest thing is that Frieza was going to come back. Um, Reactions seemed to be mixed. People were happy about it. Some people were like, "What's the point? Frieza's a jobber compared to how powerful Goku and Vegeta are. How are they going to make it work?" And then they revealed his new form, Golden Frieza, aka uh, Emmy Frieza. uh, that should be what trophies for Villain of the Year award should look like. But and
Oscar cool.
yes, exactly. um, and then Goku would have another form, Super Saiyan God. Um, I was kind of skeptic about the ideas of the film at first, but I was going to sit down and watch it anyways because I like Battle of the Gods, and if it has the same feel of it, of course I'm going to try to sit through this one in the theaters as well. Now, one of the things that really blew my mind about the film was the tone. In Dragon Ball Z, especially around since the Saiyan Saga, well, yeah, early Dragon Ball Z to the end of Dragon Ball Z, it was comedic at times, but for the most part, it was very serious, very dramatic. When the Saiyan when Vegeta and Appa showed up, shit was getting real. Characters were getting killed off. And then they hit Dynamic. An alien warlord was committing genocide on natives of that planet just to get some Dragon Balls for immortality. More characters were dying, including Krillin. Um, Things were just getting more and more serious. And when we saw Battle of the Gods, we talked about how lighthearted that film was. Well, shockingly enough, that tone carried over into this film. You knew this film was going to not be as serious when you saw the beginning of the film, which was a big giant WTF. The film opens when you see like a field of fairies and teddy bears and happy music playing. And for the most part, I was like, what the fuck is this? And then when you see the cocoon turn around to see Cyborg Frieza's head all pissed off looking, I was like, oh, you got a glimpse of Frieza's personal hell.
Yep. It's actually kind of interesting when he explained it was Earth's hell specifically because he died on Earth.
Yeah, makes sense.
Makes you wonder what would have happened if he would have died other places.
Got a point. Now, I don't want to go through this. I don't want to discuss this plot by plot. I just want to keep this off the cuffs. But I just found it weird that when Frieza's soldiers revived him, they had to revive him in pieces, which
Well,
was new for me.
I think the way it was explained, and I read that bit in the manga part, and Shinron explained it more clearly there. I guess it was. I guess it was also because the fact he was a cyborg at the time that caused him to not have a fully solidified body.
Yeah, here's the thing. Frieza's one of Frieza's subordinates, Sorbet, I think that's his name. Um, he gets the Dragon Balls. He gets Pilaf and the men who are collecting the Dragon Balls, but then they pretty much hijack them. And he asks for Frieza to come back, and Shenron's like, I don't know if you want that. I mean, he's still in pieces. And then they flash back to the scene where Trunks killed him on Earth. Now that's the thing I was glad that they kept. They kept the fact that Frieza got his ass finally obliterated by future Trunks. I thought for some reason they were going to gloss over that because they sometimes did. They kind of They didn't mention Frieza's death in the last film. I guess they didn't need to, but they seem to be glossing over that important bit. Um, Not only that, but in the flashback scene, they actually redrew and reenact the scene almost shot by shot. I thought they were going to use stock footage from the last from the Cell Saga, with complete with the aspect ratio, but no,
Funny thing, they do that in Super.
huh?
Whenever they do flashbacks, they show the original DBZ footage
Yeah,
with it.
yeah, but they didn't do it for this one. They actually redrew that scene. Which is great
Yay,
because
budget.
that's like one of my favorite scenes when Trunks just fucking dices him up and disintegrates him. Well, anyways, he comes back to pieces, all wiggly and shit. But then but Sorbet had like some regenerating tech, so they brought him back 100% in his first form, where he was shorter and had the purple armor.
While playing his best theme song.
That's another thing I want to talk about. The music for this movie is actually really good. There was a lot of different music scores, but there was this one song from this band called Maximum the Hormone. I believe they did the intro for the second Death Note song, and I know they did the ending credit song for Airmaster. Um, they actually had a song while he was regenerating. They actually played a really hardcore metal song that felt like when Funimation dubbed the Dragon Ball Z movies. They would always add music like Drowning Pool and Disturbed in there. But here they actually put in a Japanese band in it, and it's a pretty catchy song. Like, part of it actually sounds like a song that belongs in the original Dragon Ball series too. You'll know when you hear it. But that was pretty cool. They also had some like really soundtrack is just really amazing. Anything else you want to add about the music score?
No, I'm just glad that song finally got to be used in Dragon Ball, period. Because that song's old. It's pretty old, actually. Like, jeez.
I think
I
I've
can't
heard it.
remember when it came.
I think I've heard it once before, but not in its entirety, or I've heard about it. But yeah, this is like my first real experience with this song. Let's
Oh,
see.
yeah. Well, we could always say about the ending credit song.
Oh yeah, Memorial Clover Z. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that name right. That ending credit song sounds really good. I want to listen to it again. Apparently, in the Japanese dub, they voiced the angels in the afterlife in Frieza's hell. um, Another thing we could talk about. Most of this is a con and a pro at the same time. The con is not every character from the original DBZ shows up. There's no Fat Majin Buu. There's no Hercule. There's no Goten and Trunks. No Yamcha if you're somehow a fan of him for some reason. Personally, he's the joke character, not Krillin. Everyone else says Krillin's the joke character, but I disagree.
I like how they brought it up to,
Yeah.
we left Yamcha and Chaozu behind.
Yeah, they're not going to handle this. But on the plus side, the characters that they had mostly in the movie, which were Master Roshi, Krillin, Tien, Piccolo, and Gohan, they actually had moments to shine when they were fighting, like, I forgot how many soldiers in Frieza's force. 1,000, around that area?
Something like that. But here's one thing I don't get. Gohan specifically brings up at one point they can use Buu to stall.
Yeah, that was something I was about to bring up.
And I actually wanted to see Frieza and Buu fight and see if, like, Frieza's, well, even Frieza's regular form could outdo Buu at that point. Because even Frieza said he was never supposed to fight Majin Buu.
Nor Beerus the Destroyer. They actually acknowledged that because when they brought Boo in his arc, yeah, some things didn't make sense on the galactic scale. But that was pretty cool. That was pretty cool. But I did like how they brought him up. How Frieza brought him up that he actually knows who Boo is. But he never shows up at all in the film. At all. even though he could probably fight off Frieza's forces just as well. Um,
But he could lose to Golden Frieza.
True, but no one else fought Golden Frieza outside of Goku and Vegeta. Everyone else pretty much took a backseat afterwards. Another character they introduced. Now, I've vaguely heard about this guy, but I never read his manga. Jacko. He's like some sort of space police officer dude. Um, I don't have anything else to say. Apparently, he knew Bulma for a while.
Yeah, like this movie takes place in somewhat of a time skip.
Yeah,
Like
that's another con for this film.
his introduction already happened. The new form already happened. Like the Super Saiyan God
The thing
form.
is, Jacko only knows Bulma and her family, but everyone else didn't know who he was, so they were first introduced to him. So in a way, we got
Yeah.
to see it from the main other character's perspective. So that was all right. Also, another character I want to bring up. Two characters I actually want to bring up. Um, that was really good. That I'm glad they did. For the fight against the Frieza Force, Master Roshi, because we haven't seen him do anything in a while, and he could still kick ass apparently. I definitely
Yeah,
like
that
him.
was satisfying.
I definitely like him when he's all muscled out too. And Tien, who did some things up until the Cell Saga. The only thing, I think, the last thing he did that was a moment of acknowledgement was distracting second form Cell with the Tri Beam. But he actually got playing moments to shine in and fight. And then there was Krillin, who apparently works as a police officer, which, if you're a pretty powerful martial arts dude, that actually seems like an ideal job.
Which is funny because when you technically think about it, Krillin's probably one of the world's strongest human.
Yep,
He can actually beat Hercule if he wanted to.
that is true.
I don't know if he would. Yeah, he could probably still beat Tien too,
I just
because Tien just has never done all the crud Krillin has.
true. He wasn't in the he definitely was on Namek. He wasn't a he would no he was at the Android Saga, but um yeah, it was mostly the Namek stuff that he totally missed out on. But to be fair, Tien did train for like 3 years in preparations for the Android, so they could be on even levels.
He must
Maybe,
fight to keep the
maybe.
truth. Who's the strongest human? Because it's not Hercule.
um, I also love the fact that when Krillin heard that Frieza was coming, instead of running or hiding in a corner, he's like, "All right, I gotta stop him, but first, I gotta shave my head. I gotta go old school."
I
And
just, I just gotta like the fact that with that scene with 18. You think
yes,
I should go? I'm stronger than you.
and it's like, "No, I got this. You gotta watch over our daughter." Bye. And then she's all like, "He's so cool." And of course, everyone busts out laughing in the theater. That's actually one of the funny moments I highlighted on this list while you were preparing. Another thing I want to mention is the animation. It's both great and a bunch of CG snobs are going to hate it because there was a good chunk of it.
To be honest, the CG wasn't that bad.
I'm not a stickler for CG. If they use some sort of cell shading technique to help it blend more, it won't bother me. And they use it mostly for the soldiers, and I think they use it a few times when Goku was fighting Frieza. But other than that, what makes up for it is the rest of the animation. It just looked fantastic whenever
And they
they're
make it
fighting and flying around and stuff.
Maybe Toei was just using Sailor Moon to practice CG.
Jesus. Let's see. What else can I
But
mention?
I do like the new like fighting style that comes with using CG, because it stopped being about super fast keyframes that you can't actually see punches that well, to more visual physical like attacks. Be-
Yes.
People say it makes the fights slower, but it makes the fights way more interesting.
And they're still fighting lightning fast. I mean, when Godzilla and Goku was fighting Golden Frieza, they're still doing that thing where they're just moving so fast that they're making they make sounds that are very similar to fireworks, and you do see like little pop air explosions all over the place from the spectator's perspective. But you do get to see what happens inside those fights, which I thought was great. I mean, the camera work was also pretty amazing with that too. This is why I probably say Resurrection F was better than Battle of the Gods, just on the grounds that even though the tone is about the same, it's definitely more comedic. And this rematch isn't as I wouldn't say hyped. I don't know what's the word. It's trust me, it's not as super dramatic as the one on Namek, but it was still a really entertaining fight nonetheless.
It's weird though because there was a threat because Frieza is a threat,
Yeah,
but it was like, where's Goku? You're gonna have to hurry and get him here, otherwise, I will just one-shot Gohan here real quick.
and he does. There's only a few dark moments in the film. There was when he blows up North City, when the Earth gets blown up at the end, when he knocks out Gohan. That's that. That wasn't. That's not a whole lot. I mean, during the actual fight with Goku, you don't feel Goku is going to lose at all. Um, in fact, they even try to make it funnier because Vegeta wanted to fight, and they actually argue all the time over, "Oh, let me fight him next. It's my turn. You've been having him too long." No fair. I haven't even started. No, I want to fight him now. Oh, you just figured out his weakness. That's another. That was another moment. That was another thing that makes this series a lot funnier. It's Vegeta and Goku's banter throughout the whole film. Uh,
The other thing, the other thing we really have to take note of here is we we kind of skipped over this, but we need to bring up Wes's training sessions and how this movie really shows, well, both Goku's and Vegeta's character flaws. Because Goku is far from perfect.
no.
He is not the perfect main character. He's probably like the worst father.
Yep. And
And
he's still kind of childish at heart.
so it's really nice to see that, like, fully exposed to himself. Because I don't think it ever has been before. I really can't think of a time when it has.
Hmm. I don't know. Like the thing that always gets me about Dragon Ball Z, and this is actually true to this film as well, is that Goku is always absent a good chunk of the story arcs. He doesn't show up till the end when they need him to fight. It happens all the time in Dragon Ball Z. Um, After Raditz, he died, didn't come back for a year. He was still rushing while Nappa was kicking everyone's ass. Then he was hospitalized during the Namek saga. Then he had to fly to Namek, train, and then he fought the Ginyu Force, got injured. Frieza shows up. He fights Frieza for a good while. You know, for a 5-minute battle, that sure took forever. And he disappears again. Frieza shows up on Earth, but Trunks deals with him. Goku shows up, and then a few years later, androids show up. He fights one of the androids, gets a heart virus. Then he's incapacitated again. Then they train in the hyperbolic time chamber, Cell games. Goku fights Cell for a while. Then he lets his son do it, and then he realizes that his son doesn't want to be a fighter. Then he dies. See, there's a pattern here, and it's true for this movie too, and even for Battle of the Gods. Goku is on some other distant part of the galaxy or another galaxy, training with Whis and Vegeta, and Frieza's here. He's sending his soldiers. Bulma's trying to contact Whis. bribing him with a strawberry sundae pudding that actually did not melt at all. That is impressive.
Man, our company really makes the best technology. Ice cream that doesn't melt.
By the way, I actually really liked Bulma in this movie a lot. She was a great taunter. Funny thing is, she brings this up. She never saw Frieza face to face before. And so she finally sees him, and then she just insults the shit out of Frieza. It's like, Goku's gonna come here, kick your ass. In fact, all these people can kick your ass. No, he's actually a little more powerful than before. We don't have a chance. Oh, crap. And then when she finally gets in contact with Whis, it's like, what took you so long? That scumbag Frieza's here. And Frieza's like, who you calling a scumbag? Ah.
I like how they did acknowledge the fact she's never actually seen the Frieza. Then there was that entire bit with Draco drawing a picture.
Yeah.
That's what Frieza looks like? Oh, you're a better artist than I thought.
And it looked like a Picasso drawing. Okay. So I want to talk about the God Saiyan forms and the that we never got to see how Goku got to that area, as well as Golden Frieza. What did you think of those? A lot of fans kind of looked at that with snarky disdain because all they were just recolors.
Well, there's a few things we know about the forms. For one, Golden Frieza is not a reskin. It actually has small differences. If you look, it's kind of like more of a first form, final form kind of look.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing about the new Super Saiyan form, as I brought up before, there was obviously a time skip, so that means at some point in Super, Vegeta's going to become Super Saiyan God.
Yeah. Not God Saiyan, not the Goku with the red hair from the last movie. This one, he's got blue hair.
Yeah.
And it looks more like Super Saiyan 1 Goku again.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people actually compared those powers to a candle fire. You know how the bottom is blue is a blue flame and all the way at the top is a red flame?
That makes sense.
And the center is yellow. Yeah, like when you see it that way, yeah, it does make sense.
But from what I understand, that Super Saiyan God is the strongest form they can achieve without going full, full Saiyan God form. It's actually weaker than the one Goku had in Battle of the Gods.
I see.
Because the way it works is with that form, it's 5 Saiyans giving all their power into one. This one is them tapping into the latent ability they achieved when they gained that form. It's like unlocking part of your brain. So it's kind of funny when people go in order. It's like, yeah, this is these Saiyan God form, and now, oh yeah, Super Saiyan God, it's stronger. That one's actually weaker than the other one.
Huh.
You got it backwards.
But actually, I do like those designs a lot. And here's the thing, though. When Frieza's weakness was explained, it kind of sapped all the tension out of the fight. When Vegeta found out what his wanted to take over, Goku complained that he found out what he just found out his weakness, and his weakness is this is like the first time Frieza has actually achieved this form, but he never really got time to adapt to it, and as such, his energy was just decreasing, and Goku, after that realization, Goku just keeps whooping his ass, pissing him off more and more. Bloobity blue, bloobity blue blue.
Yeah, that kind of made me annoyed too because I'm like,
Yeah,
Frieza,
this doesn't.
Frieza could be so much more of a threat if he actually like stopped being. See, that's the one thing Frieza and Goku have in common. They're simple-minded.
Yeah, no shit. In fact, when he got Goku taken out by his henchman's sneak attack with the ray gun, he was talking about like Goku's weaknesses, like his overconfidence, all that crap. And all this time, I was thinking to myself, who are you talking about, Goku or yourself? Because the way he says it, the way he describes it, you can reflect that back on him.
That explains why Vegeta had so much fun. Beating up Frieza is like beating up Goku and Frieza. It's like, why could I? Why,
And then
I
Frieza,
like.
since he was dead a long time, completely forgot that Vegeta probably also gotten a lot stronger. Because he tries to bribe Vegeta to go back to working for the Frieza Force. And I'm like, oh my god, that's not gonna work.
I like how Vegeta went about it too. Wait, are you saying I want to be in charge of everything? Yes. Now I'm gonna feel bad for denying that.
See, as much as I hate this bastard, he's the reason why I'm pushing myself to the limit. And of course, the big surprise of that film really wasn't the fact that Goku turned Super Saiyan God. It was the fact that Vegeta turned into Super Saiyan God. That was the big surprise. And of course, everyone applauded. People wanted to see this. I wanted to see this. I thought Vegeta was going to finally kill Frieza. Oh boy. Should we talk about why Vegeta fanboys might be a little sad about this movie now?
Yeah.
Okay, so Frieza, he gets his ass kicked to the point where he reverts to his final form, his pure white form. And before Vegeta gets a chance to kill him, Frieza just blows up the Earth. However, Whis and Beerus managed to teleport everyone in a force field before they could get disintegrated. And you do get to see this really beautiful shot of Earth getting obliterated. It's pretty well done for an apocalyptic scene. And everyone's upset about this. Goku's like, I'm such an idiot. Frieza's right. I should have finished him off when I had the chance. However, Whis mentioned earlier in the film that he has the ability to reset time about 3 minutes back. So he does that. And just when Vegeta, and you gotta see it from Vegeta's perspective, it'll be more hilarious that way. But it resets to the point where Frieza's on his knees and Vegeta's about to finish him off. And all of a sudden, Goku's like, Frieza! And he hits him with a Kamehameha, disintegrates him, and Vegeta's like, bullshit! I was gonna finish him off! What the hell did you do that for?
Goku, you kill still bastard.
That was great. Speaking of the time thing, the reason why Whis brought it up was because Beerus was sleeping, and he sneezes, and this is a joke that's been used before, but of course with a different character. But he sneezes his energy blast and blows up a planet nearby. I remember somebody, I think it was Big Al, one of his friends mentioned Goku's gotten so powerful to the point if he sneezes, he blows up the Earth. And I love how they mention that of Whis saying that if Goku and Vegeta ever worked together, they could become like they could be pretty much unstoppable. And both Goku and Vegeta don't want to do that, actually. They mentioned that at the end of after everything was said and done. It's like, I would never want to work with you. It's like, same with you, buddy. But will they have to work together in the future? Find out in Dragon Ball Super, I guess.
Here's one thing I want to see. When are we getting Vegito again?
Oh god, Vegeta.
We should get Vegito
I don't know. Working.
and have him go Super Saiyan.
I wonder. I don't know. They could, but I wonder. I wonder if they have to use magic earrings for that to happen.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think I got anything else to say about Dragon Ball Resurrection F other than, it was in theaters, just like Battle of the Gods. And if you were planning to see it, then you probably didn't watch this video because you already, I told you not to see this video for spoiler's sake. But yeah, overall, I really love this movie, and it's probably my second or third favorite theater going experience because theaters in Louisiana, people just don't get excited, but but DBZ fans, they obviously just love this movie too because applauses, laughing, all that stuff. And the post-credit scene, Frieza's back in his personal hell. I love how everyone welcomed them back.
Welcome back home.
No! Chris Ayres does an awesome Frieza voice.
There's no way he's getting out of there now. Though I'm curious to see what Cell's personal hell looks like. Though he technically, yeah.
I don't know. Could be. So yeah, I got nothing else to say other than the fact that the reason why Earth is not really destroyed is because Whis and Beerus just loves Earth food, and I love how they keep mentioning that too. So the only reason why we spared your planet is because you make delicious food. What is this pizza?
I do like the fact when Frieza sees Beerus. Are you planning on intervening? No. I'm just here to eat. But if you ruin my Sunday, I'll kill you.
I do not want your battle dust to be mistaken for sprinkles. I also love how he was trying out pizza for the first time. He's like, what is this gooey substance? What is this, Whis? I believe it's called... And then the way Vegeta says it, he's like, it's called cheese.
No, it's cheese.
It's cheese. It's just the way he said it just makes me laugh. It just seems so annoyed. It's like, it's cheese. Can we go back to training now?
I like how in a lot of movies, there's always just one line Vegeta has. It's like really out there. Like, remember the fish?
Yeah.
Is it over? Now it's over.
So yeah, Resurrection F. I am definitely going to pick this up with Blu-ray well, I already have Battle of the Gods on Blu-ray, but I'm definitely picking up Resurrection F on Blu-ray now. Love this movie a lot. If you haven't seen it, I'd still say go and see it. Yeah, Dragon Ball. I love how this series is making a comeback. Your final thoughts?
This was the best way to bring Frieza back and to put him higher on the power charts. Maybe now he'll get her a lot more respect than Jobber McJobberson.
Well, that's all I gotta say. This is Darkscream217 signing out.
Windzer, catch you later.